All right, ready?
Yeah, I already recorded.
Okay, cool. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Welcome to another episode of Tequila High Club. Today, we are going to be drinking a tequila that you cannot get anymore. It's something that was created years ago, but they've discontinued. And according to the predictions, this bottle is going to be worth $5,000 next year. On top of that, we got my homie, co-founder of Tequila High Club, back in the studio. He's flown back into Bali. And today, we're going to be talking about how to pick up girls while drinking tequila. Eddie, how's your rizz, bro?
I'm glad you're still wearing the same shirt from last time I saw you.
Bro, straight up. Working with my production set. That's all good.
I hope you just like have 20,000 of them at the back. That's where it wants to get rid of it.
How's your flight back into Bali?
Yeah, good, man. You know, Bali's going to be my second home now.
Yeah.
Like I said last time, I want to make this home properly. So I need to set up a business, maybe find a wife.
Russian?
Yeah, if they're cool enough. I mean, that's all the hottest girls here are pretty much Russian.
Yeah.
They make Australians look ugly.
Right.
I've never felt this ugly.
Yeah, but then their personalities make Australians look fucking.
Yeah, but when you're that hot, do you need personality? You don't need personality. You need personality when you're, you know, like looking struggling and short.
Now, so this episode, we thought, okay, we're going to change things around and let's try and give people value because we're going to be drinking this Patron.
Yeah, also stop you there, right? Because I find previous episode you kind of like doing is like talking and just go, man, it's boring, Blake. I need some fucking juice. I need some tea. I want some grabs for TikTok and Instagram. I want people to kind of like, I want some Andrew Tate shit.
Okay. You want Andrew Tate shit? You got Andrew Tate shit.
That's what we want. Do you know what I mean? And
so we're both going to be talking about this because you and me have been mates for a long time. We've partied. You know, we've picked up a good amount of girls. We won't tell our body count, but like we've had a good time. We seem to understand how to approach. And my goal for this is just to show people how you and me are totally different. We're like yin yang. When we're out together, we work well together because we usually like different girls, but we also approach very differently. Very differently, right?
Yeah.
And it'd be cool to see
like
if
I've said to you before, you're like, I wish my angry translator, that I wish I have. And I'm like your inner peace, right? Because it's so different. And shit that I've seen you and heard you said to some girls, and I'm like, whilst I'm next to you, it's just like, wow, this is some like crazy borderline rapey shit, but you get away with it. Generally, you say in a funny way.
And it works.
And it works sometimes, not all the time. I've seen some girls look at you, ew, like, what the fuck? Like, and they just walk away.
Yeah.
But you just treat it as like, oh, yeah, maybe I'll just adjust the tone or, you know, so you're just like, whatever, you know, I need to perfect that somehow differently. But like our approach, like you said, is completely different.
Yeah.
I feel like you're more on the hunter type and I'm a fisherman type.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what I mean? I have a bait and I'm patiently, you know, like, yeah, I'm not in a rush. I'm enjoying this process.
I'm also a fisherman, but I like to use dynamite.
Yeah. Like a big net.
Call me.
Like a big net, you don't really care. Like you catch all these, I'm like, all right, that's gone.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm like, I need a marlin today, you know?
To be honest, since I've been in Bali though for like a long time now, and like, you know, the last couple of years, I've changed a little bit. Like
What's the Bali scene here? Because I don't live here, right? But I've seen just from here enough to kind of understand the dating scene, but it's like, how's dating in Bali? There's Love Island vibe where you like bounce from different partners.
It's probably like, I think the Love Island is probably a good representation, you know, where some people end with, you know, each other at the end, but there's like 20 people at the beginning and only 2 people usually end up together. That's actually kind of what the dating scene is like here. And it's very hard, you know, like, I mean, in the last like year, 2 years, I've kind of more so, I've been dating people who actually aren't living here. I've dated, you know, one person who's lived here. And to find those people, it's good when you do. But then when you're single,
I feel like
there's
if
so
you're
many
dating people here, and if you don't live here, they won't date you, right? And also they won't fuck around because you don't live here. But if you want to fuck around, then you got to find people who are only here temporarily to fuck around.
And there's certain places that you go, like, you know, a lot of the places that we go out and party, you know, like Taboo, Savaya, Miss Fish, any of those types of venues, you're seeing a lot of the people who live here because a lot of our friends run the events. So then you're going there and seeing people who live here, right? Mm-hmm. But then also at the same time, you do get to meet people who are maybe over here for a month, 2 months, 3 months. But then if you go to places like Luigi's on a Monday, you're seeing people who are here for like a week.
Yeah.
And if you want to go out and experience that shit, I don't like to do that anymore because one, I don't want to be in a sweaty pit anymore. Two, I'm just kind of like, I've had a lot of fun in my life and I don't want to just keep on going out. And I don't go out during the weeks really anymore. I go out Friday, Saturdays to my friends.
It gets repetitive after a while.
Same shit, dude.
Where are you going after?
I want to go out and just do like, I want to have a proper lifestyle. I want to surf, I want to train. I want to go to dinners, have lunches with my friends, and then we'll go party at my friends' venues and have a good time and see.
I feel like it's very hard to kind of be in a long-term relationship, a long-term committed relationship, being in Bali. Because,
if you have the right person, it's okay.
Yeah, but you got so many options, right? You go, oh man, like, what do you want today? You want even like, I go to Gojek, the app, like Uber Eats. What food do I want? You got fucking everything here. The options endless. And then you get people coming in, you get the tourists, the locals. And to be honest, as soon as I stepped in Bali, the last probably year or two, after COVID, I've seen so many hotties here. Everyone's good, not just the girls. The guys are.
I know. There's a lot of good looking dudes.
I think the guys are better looking than the girls here. Make me a little bit insecure. I'm like, oh shit. So last time I went to Bali, I was like, when I come back, I need to fucking work out.
Yeah.
I need to look hotter. Do you know what I mean? And I need to step my game up because everyone's hot, good looking, and they've got businesses and they're rich, right? So they're like, fuck, how do you compete these guys?
Do they have rizz?
Well, this is what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
So the rizz is, so what is a rizz?
I mean, a rizz it's a slang word of saying a pickup line, or it's, do you have confidence?
It came from charisma, right?
Yeah.
So charisma.
So do you have the confidence to be able to make someone, and a girl can have rizz, a guy can have rizz, but do you have the personality traits that actually attract someone? Not necessarily you saying the shit, but because on TikTok and stuff, we see rizz as in like you saying the shit.
Yeah.
But rizz can also be
sometimes cringy when he's.
Who are you? Yeah, I know.
Anyway, before we get into that, let's get to the drink.
Because this is so like we said before, this is non-existent. Patron does not make this anymore.
Because that's my birthday present, to be honest. So I was like, when you told me, hey, bring tequila from Perth, I go, fuck, man, like.
Because you can't get this here, yeah.
And plus, I don't want to spend money, to be honest. I was already there, sitting there, and I was like, it's been sitting in my wardrobe as a gift, as a birthday present.
Well, do you want to do the honors and pop this up?
No, you do the honors.
It's your birthday present.
No, that's fine. I want you to pop it.
All right, so when was the first time that you had Patron Cafe?
To be honest, I'm never a big fan of
brings back
Cafe
so many
Patron,
bad
right?
memories.
I'm never a big fan of Cafe Patron. It's more like when I'm drinking with girls, they can't drink tequila, let's just have a Patron. But I recently discovered at my local bar, shout out to Stables Bar, they do honey tequila and coconut flavored tequila. That just blew my mind. So no longer I need Cafe Patron, like espresso Patron, bro. So now I'm like, just loving the honey tequila. That's what I've been drinking recently.
What brand was the honey tequila?
I wish I remember. Cascabel.
Okay.
Cascabel. 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 Or maybe with a Z.
I'm going to pour this as well, so that we've already got this.
So Cascabel has honey flavored tequila and also coconut flavored tequila. But I don't know where to buy it.
But that's what 1800 has their coconut tequila now.
I personally love the honey one. It just tastes like honey. In this, like, warms you up. If you're feeling sick, you just have that honey tequila. Mm-hmm. You know, but this is kind of like, I mean, it's not strong tequila.
Yeah.
Like I said, girls like, but I mean, yeah, it's like espresso martini, but on a shot. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? And so I'm surprised they discontinued this.
Well, I kind of look back. So, like, I mean, Patron, I think they've discontinued now because, I mean, our last episode, you talked about, one of the best ones of Blanco. And
well, that's subjective, right? Like, I like Blanco when I'm mixing it, but I like the Reposado Añejo when I'm putting on a big block of ice.
That is true.
Sipping it.
But there's now, like, the tequila community coming together, especially in America, and they're all in America now. The tonality is Blanco. And because you can have Reposado and Añejo because it's been rested, and there you can really get it. But if you can create something that is not distilled, not aged,
that's where they go on pushing that, right? It's like, why are we aging this for 2-3 years? Then we can have it, and they're actually better as a mixer, like how they do it with vodka. Yeah.
So one thing I want to talk about Patron, because we always want to talk about a little bit of the education on the companies. So Patron is whenever someone sees, you'll see on here it has nom. So it's NOM. It's here. NOM. It's 1492. This one here is the nom is whenever you see nom on a tequila bottle, you're able to see. You can actually research this online on what other tequilas are actually being created in one distillery, because this is what happens, right? There's not like, there's thousands of tequilas in the world. There's not 1,000 distilleries. Now, Patron has its own distillery and its own nom label. So there's no other tequila that's made there.
But that probably also testament how much volume they're making.
Yeah.
So for a farm, a distillery to go, hey, we don't need any other brands to make a living. And they probably signed an exclusive contract with Patron. They're so massive. They're a billion-dollar company, man. Everyone loves it.
But it goes to show where tequila is going now, right? So tequila, when Cafe Patron first started, Cafe Patron was there because everyone hated tequila. And so Cafe Patron was done for two reasons. One, it was great for everyone to be able to actually take it, and it's different. It's not the shitty tequila. It was considered as a top shelf as well, right? You'd always have to get off the back shelf if you're at the club. But then two, you could actually exchange the... exchange it for vodka in espresso martinis. So it's another way of changing up the espresso martini that's already got the coffee flavor, and you don't actually have to put coffee into it, so you could actually still mix it. So again, when you understand tequila, a lot of tequila has been created for bartenders to be able to create good, solid drinks. Good recipes, and be able to create something. And that's how tequila actually first starts, how the first margarita got started, on actually going global with Jose Cuervo back in 1940. So Patron took that same example on going, okay, what is something that people drink a lot, and what could we change to make it easier to shot? But then what could we also give it to bartenders to make it easy to mix?
Wet pussy shot.
Yeah.
This is the wet pussy of tequila.
This was the wet pussy era when we used to have wet pussies and then coffee.
Basically, it's the weakest shot you can get. Girls like, wet pussy.
So it's cool. Like, I mean, I'm glad they've got rid of this, because I actually hate coffee Patron. I have 2 or 3 shots and I'll have a headache in the next day because
I was ordering this. I'll have one max.
Yeah.
The taste just lingers. I mean, this again, like I said, if I'm drinking with groups of girls who can't handle tequila, we'll just have a Cafe Patron.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, fine. And then it's more like they're in for tequila. And they had like, oh my God, I had tequila shots.
Yeah.
But
all right, well, let's have a shot of this one, and then we can start sipping in with this.
My face will get red through the interview after a couple of drinks.
So, okay, if you never had coffee Patron, it's the first time you're watching this video, this episode. Coffee Patron is really, 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 really rich. It is really rich. After having so much now, like I haven't had coffee Patron for like, I think 1.5 years, 2 years. I think last time I had it was when I was back in Perth to see you.
I just feel like it's really thick and viscous.
Yeah.
I mean, you're shooting espresso, really.
Feels like I just had, I feel like
it's burning espresso with a lot of ethanol coming through your nose.
Which makes sense when you have like all the other tequilas we drink, especially that I've had on the show. No wonder why this is like must have gone down in, value on people actually wanting to have it. So, which I think if you have it though, it's going to be now, okay, this is a good memory.
But this is the last bottle.
It's the last bottle.
In the whole wide world, man. Like it could be $1 million tomorrow. That shot probably $10,000 USD. So if you want to get this last remaining, hit up THC. We sell it for
Comment what's your favorite nights on tequila, and we might send you the rest of this bottle.
Do you do a lot of comments in we should do like we should comment, what do you think of tequila Cafe Patron?
Yeah.
Do you like it? Do you hate it? What's your memories? Do you throw up when you're having Cafe Patron? I personally don't think you could throw up with Cafe Patron.
But dude, if you had like a whole bottle, you would.
And it's only percentage-wise, it's pretty weak.
And it's still 40, right? 35%. But I mean, it's you would throw up over the richness, right?
Yeah, with ice is nice though.
Yeah.
Sip it on the rock.
That's actually much better like this, yeah.
Much better.
Well, let's now speak about throwing up on people giving shit rizz and then girls aren't throwing up because of your. So what's your let's talk about your game, bro. How do you approach women, and why do you think you're successful at it?
Well, it came from my insecurity from high school. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't gifted with height. And most girls now, if you ask girls like, what are your type? 6'2", 6'4" guys. I'm like, bitch, how often are you gonna find 6'2", 6'4"? Right? So I was already like on that category of not initially selected. Right? So my game has to be a lot stronger. So then over the years, I gained my confidence through dancing. Like from last episode, we spoke about how I dance. And because of that, my confidence would just go through the roof, right? Because in breaking, when you dance in a club, all the girls, oh my God, you know how to dance? Like, and I just feel like special. But rizz back in the days, because, you know, our age, we're in the mid to late 30s. So back in the days, the rizz game is different to what it is now. It was a lot harder to get a girl's number. To me, it's like you buy a drink, chat for a whole night just to get the number. Not to hook up, not to kiss, just to get the number. Right? If you're lucky, you probably kiss if they're, you know, drunk enough or you're drunk up. But you never like sleep first, you know. But nowadays, the rizz is so crazy. Like all these young girls who just like, they'll come up to you, hey, I think you're hot. I want to take you home. They're so upfront about it. And I love it.
Yeah.
To be honest, like,
girls never used to approach back in the day. It's always up to us.
Yeah, I get hunted now, right? Before we have to do the hunting as men.
Yeah.
But now the girls will just give you, even though they don't they don't like obviously come up to you and talk to you, they kind of give you the wink or the look, the extended period of time. They go, oh, and then a smile and they walk away.
Nothing's more sexier than like you catching eyes with like a gorgeous girl.
Get that
and you just like,
oh, we're on.
Yeah.
Give me half an hour, I'll be right there.
Okay, so one of my rizzes is...
So this is what I find with the difference between... So let me go back.
Okay, so let's do this. A girl looks at you, what do you do?
Well, there's two scenarios. Whether the girl walk up to me or the girl I walk up to the girl.
Let's let's say looking at you, right? So from a distance, right? You check out a girl, you say, oh wow, she's gorgeous, stunning. And she looks at you and you have the eyes. What do you do?
So this is my... First of all, this is not the reason, but like I find that the more tattoos I get, the more interesting pieces that I have, you know, what the book, the game called it peacocking, right? And the more girls will find me interesting. It's not all about with the book, and I love, like, if you haven't read the book, the game, read it. It's probably outdated now, but it's such a great book for socializing. And people who's got social anxiety, or people who's got don't know how to, like all the nerds who don't know how to socialize, like me, I didn't know how to socialize. But I was lucky after dance, I began to learn how to socialize. And then when I read the book, I was like, oh shit, the shit that I was doing was actually what makes it work, right? So I'll give you an example. Things that I took on from the book. It's like, one is called peacocking. So like in the book, the game, the pickup artists wear like a goggles, like pair of goggles to the club. And the girl's like, oh my God, can I wear goggles? I'm like, well, and he would be like, no, you gotta buy me a drink first before you touch this goggles, honey. I'm like, no, you're not having this. And straight away in the perspective in their mind, it's like, oh, this guy has a higher value, right? So you basically try and demonstrate your higher value, right? So like, if you're, say, Leonardo DiCaprio walking into a club, straight away you know he's got highest value. He's got the highest value in the club, right? And straight away you don't need to explain. Doesn't need to explain himself. He's Leonardo DiCaprio. People are, oh my God, I want to be with him. So with if you're nobody and you want to go in and want to showcase your high value, step one, peacock. So wear something interesting. Like right now you're wearing that shirt, that's a peacock. To me, that's peacocking. You know, like your hair, to me, that's peacocking. Your nails, that's peacocking. How often do you get, oh my God, you remind me of Aquaman, or oh my God, you remind me of Russell Brand. Oh my God, you're Jason Momoa. Like, you know, you get that all the time, or I can imagine. So that's already peacocking. Girl already find it interesting. That's step one. So like in their mind, you're already different from the rest, the pack. And all the packs wearing the same shit, white linen shirt here in Bali, you know, the resort wear. But then if you wear that out, they go, oh, who's that guy? If I'm walking around in Bali, they're straight away, oh, who's that guy? You know, they're spotting me straight away. Even the guys look at me. They're like, oh, he's not from around here, right? Just the way I dress, the way I act. So the first step for me will be like peacocking. And that's like throwing a bait into the ocean. Like, you know, like I said before, my way of pickup is different to yours. I'm more fishing with a really nice bait, and the bait is peacock, right? So then when they come in and they're like, either they approach me or I give them eye contact, I'll be like, oh, and if I get that eye contact, that means we have something there. I mean, I can open with that girl or with that group, right? They usually come up to me. I'm like, hey, where you from? I like your vibe. I like your energy. And that's when I go into the next mode. So the next mode is basically you need to kind of be interesting enough and this is through experience. You can't just learn this. Do you know what I mean? You need to know what you're saying to the girl. Make it interesting. Don't rub like, oh my god, you're so pretty. Do you know what I mean? You have to throw a little bit of, backwards like compliment.
Yeah, if
right?
you give a compliment like that's basic straight away, they're just like, oh, I hear this shit all the time.
I'm like, oh god, he's so in love with me already. Like that's what I think. But so I never comment to my most the biggest compliment I would say, oh man, you have interesting face or interesting facial features. And to them, like, hang on, was that a compliment or is it just like giving me shit?
Yeah.
It's like, we're trying to say, I'm like, I don't know, I think your nose is very interesting. I like the shape of your nose. Kind of like, you have this angle. I think it's like, you must be Eastern European because, through my knowledge, right? I'm like, oh, maybe you have this nose. Maybe you have a bit of like Asian in you or South American in you. And then it carries on and it'd be interesting. And I know like different phrases in different language. So if they go, oh, I'm from Argentina. Oh, me llamo Eduardo. It's like, oh, how do you know the Argentinian dialect? So I would know little things to say to make me interesting. Again, as soon as you do that, you have high value. And I never like give full attention to the girl, but I'll also start doing like give them like feeling comfortable. Like I laugh a lot of their jokes, then they feel comfortable around you. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll be probably a bit not touchy, like too much touching, but like I'll be kind of touchy. I'm like, oh my god, you're so funny. Oh my god, oh you're so fucking annoying. Stay away from me. I'll push them away, and they'll come back. I'm like, because they want that validation. Like, wait, what? Stop pushing them away. What the fuck? Like,
one of the tricks, the game rules was when when someone touches you, you're like, oh, you have to. Oh, that's $50 now. And she's like, what? I'd be like, well, it's cost to touch me. Like,
yeah, but I think also in the game, the whole psychology behind it is, how would you kiss the girl if you don't even know how to touch the girl first?
Exactly.
How do you like go straight from like mouth to mouth before you like learn how? So you got to make sure they're comfortable being touched.
Yeah.
They're comfortable touching you. All right. You probably know once you're interesting enough, they end up touching you first. You're right. They start flirting with you, touching you first. They'll be like, oh, it's fixing your collar, whatever. Yeah. And it's like, what's this? Lipstick? I'm like, oh, yeah, it must be a different girl from before, or some shit like that, right? So it just banter, and that's exciting for me. That's how I play. That's how my rizz. Like I like to that, and then after that, I'll decide. I'm like, if she's interesting enough. And normally, I just bail. I find 99% of the girls are not interesting enough for me to sleep with them. So I end up just like, this is draining. You're just killing my brain cells right now because you got nothing to offer.
Yeah.
But
did you ever, back in the day, did you ever go out like in pursuit, be like, okay, we're going out, guys. I really want to fuck someone tonight. Or was it more so the opposite?
Thing. I feel like I'm jealous. Like some guys can do it. I feel like you do this really well, probably, where you can just like, all right, I just want to fuck, and you get it. For me, I'm just like, oh, maybe it's my Cancerian emotional, zodiac.
It's never been like that for me. Even with like me and my mates growing up, like our main goal was just to go out and party, and then our motive or our like intent was like whatever happens. We never used to go out, and especially like in the younger days, early 20s when I was an absolute fucking menace. But like we never ever said we'd do pre-drinks. We never ever said to each other, any of us boys, we're going to pick up bitches tonight, or we're going to pick up like the hottest girl or whatever.
I know groups of guys
never like that.
Their body count is what they look for.
That's all they do, but that's not fun to me. I want to go out. One, also, like I love to dance. Two, I just love to hang out with my mates. But then three, I like to meet fun people, especially girls.
Yeah.
And if you see an attractive girl, you're like, one, yeah, cool. Like we're both very sexual guys, right? But then I'm looking at her and I'm like, wow, I'm really attracted to her. But like when I see the difference between you and me is, right, you have this really good aura of people coming up to you. Like girls coming up to you. I haven't really had that. I'm not too sure why. I don't know if it's because
energy thing.
My energy thing. I don't know if I like somehow come across a little bit intimidating in the first part, just because I'm straight to the point.
First impression would be like, oh, he's a fuckboy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you got that fuckboy look, and you go, well, like to them it's like, oh, he's potentially gay.
Right. Yeah, that's happened to me before. Like, you gay?
Yeah, I get all the time.
Yeah.
Like, and they like, it's like you're like, I get that all the time. Like the way I dress, I like it being ambiguous.
But the confidence thing is, I want people to know that it's okay to, like, the game book, I read some of it. I've never really taken it on, because what I got from those first few chapters is on how to be interesting.
Well, that's what I found. Like, I find the book, it helps me a lot in the social environment, in the business environment. For example, this is what I use in a business meeting. If I'm in a business meeting with older guys or established businessmen, right? Most younger guys, they would do this. They're like, oh yeah, tell me more. Like, you're so interesting, da da da. Well, I would do like this. I'll be like, oh yeah, not paying attention. Like, yawning, and they're like, fuck, this guy's not even listening to me. Who is he?
Yeah.
Right? And they find me interesting. So your body language, I do it so often that it becomes like a second nature thing for me now. Well, when I'm meeting bigger guys, I'm not impressed. I mean, like, I'm not impressed anyways, but it just became a thing. And they find me interesting because I'm not just running the dick. Right? And the same thing with girls, be like, oh, I'm a model. I'm just like, oh man, I'm in fashion, so I'm surrounded by hot models. You know what I mean? That's not impressive to me.
Yeah.
But then when she goes, oh, I'm a model, but also I'm studying dentistry, or I'm studying biology. Well, oh, what sort of biology? That's interesting. Do you know what I mean? Like,
what's your favorite plant?
Yeah. Something like that. Right? To me, it's like, oh shit, okay, tell me more.
Yeah.
And then we go back and forth. And then they'll ask me more. We, oh shit, now we're peeling the layer of the onion. I'm like, all right, cool. What's next?
That's actually one thing I love to do is I love conversation as well. But like, if you can go and so too many guys also, what I've seen is they always stay on the surface level, right? But at the same time, so okay, this is for me, because I asked you before, like, you know, when you see a girl from across the way, like, what do you do? So this is what I do. So I'll see a girl, we'll lock eyes.
Yeah.
But then what I'll do is I'll play the looking eye game, which is...
I've seen that before. You have the smirk.
Yeah, smirk. I know. What I do is I look at the eyes. I don't have a fucking facial expression, and I just see how long we can look at eyes for.
This is what I find. I can't stand looking at it, because for me, I get anxious looking at that situation. I go, oh fuck, he's staring way too long.
But this is the thing, because I'm just not like a randomly do it to some chick. I do it to a chick where we kind of catch the eye, and then I'm like, And then at the end,
intimidating though.
But then at the end, then I smile, and then if I get a smile back,
that's when you know you're on.
Then I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna do two things. Either, if I'm really feeling it, I'm gonna go straight up and be like, fuck it, I'm gonna go straight up. Which one I think is confidence, and two, I do it because I'm gonna pussy out later. As much as like people look at me sometimes and they're like, yeah, the fuck boy sort of thing. I'm also very self-conscious on not going up to chicks, because I still like don't want to get rejected. Like, no one wants to get rejected.
Yeah, but to me, when I see you, just like I said, I wish I have your personality, because you can just approach a girl and you can be like, I think you're really pretty, and just be upfront. I can't do that. I can't just be honest, but I think you're really pretty. Do you know, what's your situation? Are you seeing a girl? Or whatever, like, that's to me. I've seen you grab a girl, hey, can we have a chat? And you'd be like, hey, what's your situation with this girl? To me, it just, whoa, that give me a lot of anxiety thinking about it, right? So I like talking, and I'll be like, oh, yeah, I like it. And then,
but the cool that how you do like the facial expressions. One of the ones that I used to use, and like, I mean, me being in Bali, I don't really use any of this shit anymore, because I go out and like, you know, everyone's having a good time. So it's like, I mean, a lot of the defenses, everyone just wants to have a good time. It's a bit different. But when you're running around, like say like back in Perth, or you go to New York and stuff like that, I mean, America's different because I'm an Australian, so I just start talking, it's fine. But one of the funny things I used to do to really catch girls off guard, to really break it down, is you would say, you know, like the facial expressions. I'll do two things. We have one. If this doesn't work, I'll go into the second one. So the first one would be like, I got to a girl, but hey, look, very nice to meet you. My name's Blake. What's up? Where you from? Yeah, cool. I just want to say, like, it's real weird. I've never said this ever before in my life, but dude, you have really nice elbows.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck, man? Because like everyone has a wrinkly elbow, right? And then if I don't really get like a fun reaction, if like, you know, they're just kind of like weird about it, I'll be like, I actually got taught this thing. Can like, you know how like you read palms, I can actually read elbows. And then I'll start going into a fun thing where I'm like just being a dumbass like through it. And then I try and break down, and like we have some humor together. And then if she laughs back
to like they want your validation, is that like, you know, is he giving me a compliment or just being a dick? I wasn't sure. It's like 50,
but then also, is he fun?
Yeah, but also like, it's not like they're still trying to figure out, is he being rude or is he not being rude?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you don't go like, oh, you have like funny elbow. Then it's like, oh shit, fuck you, bitch. Like,
Yeah.
what are you trying to say about my elbow?
Yeah.
Especially if someone's like insecure about the elbows.
I like that. I mean, when you've been around me, like, yeah, cool. The first part, I'm always pretty straight. But again, I want to talk about like the reason why. And it's, I like look back on, you know, when I was growing up, like especially teenagers and stuff, like I got burnt like quite a few times. And it got to the point where I noticed that like, you know, when I was like 18, 19, I didn't lose my virginity till I was 18, like super late. And I'd go to parties before then, but I grew up in a different household. But then getting into my 20s and 21 and hanging out with older friends, I started hanging out with older friends and seeing how they communicate. And this is before I even knew the game, yeah. But the main thing that I saw was that, okay, confidence, just go out. What's the worst that could happen? And sure, in the beginning, you go up and just talk to a person or chick and stuff like that. But then I used to love dance. So then I could dance
the most successful guys to pick up is the one who don't really care about being rejected. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're so like bulletproof of that.
I've hung out with like pickup artist friends before who were like, they actually created, so off the game, right? They created their own dating pickup brand. And I used to go party with them in Melbourne, in Miami, in New York when I used to see them. I used to see them strike out 8 times out of 10. But then those 2 that they got, one, they either got a number, and the other one, they went home with a fucking 10.
To them, it's like, it's a practice.
So people think like, and this is the same with girls, right? Like, you can go and talk to a lot of girls through the night, or you can, you know, try and talk to some boys, maybe get some, you know, but this at the same time, you're not going to get everyone because your personality doesn't relate to every single person. And maybe, you know, if you are trying to use those confidence pickup lines, you're not going to get every single person. Hey, there's been some nights where every single girl that I've talked to, I've got their numbers and I've, you know, went home with, you know, whatever. But then but some nights I've struck out completely, but it's okay because it's not about you. It's just a situation. You don't need to get like upset or like kind of felt like you're being rejected.
Yeah.
It's just the name of the game. If you just went out and try and just pick up one girl a night, you're probably not going to get there because that person may not fuck with you.
To me, I love the chase. I think it's just somehow something to do with like maybe your inner hunter-gatherer DNA from thousands of years ago. You know, it's in building your DNA where do you want that hunt, right? You want the chase.
But there's 2 different things. You don't want the chase, you want the hunt. The hunt is completely different than the chase because the chase is like, I'm not interested, and you're like, I can fucking pick up some fucking berries for her and then she'll like me.
No, like the chase from the other person, from the opposite sex.
Oh, you are the opposite. Okay, yeah.
So the hunt just...
You want the chase from her, yeah, okay, got
right? So to me, like, I like the hunt, but also like there's a 50-50 where if they're giving me the chase, if they give me 100% chase, that turns me off.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Then I go, oh shit, then she got way lower value, then why would I sleep with her? Because that just lowers my value. But then it has to have that perfect balance where I'm like hunting and chasing, and I'm getting the chase, the 50-50.
Okay, would you fuck a 6 if she had a really, really fun, good personality and she was extremely sexual?
No.
No?
I've done it before, but not conscious, like not actively. It's more like, actually, that's a lie. If I've got a chemistry, I'm like a 6, but then she's like shaved head, like tattoos, earrings.
That sounds like a 10 to me.
Right? And then I was like, well, to me, it's like my personal, that's not my usual type, right?
Yeah.
So I was asking my group of girlfriends, all right, out of these 3 girls, there's a model there, there's an artist there, or that girl who's bald, shaved head, with earrings, like crazy earrings and tattoos, and everyone goes, that girl, and she's only like a 6 out of 10.
But why though? Is that coming from a sexual point where you think she'll be way better in bed, and you're like,
no, I don't think about better in bed. For me, it's like pheromone is a big thing. Like, I don't know if it goes with you as well, right? When I smell someone's pheromones, I go, oh shit, I want to fuck her right now. Do you know what I mean? Someone with bad BO, I go, they could be a 10 out of 10.
I mean, that's not that pheromones, it's just disgusting. Fuck.
No, but like some girls, like I've seen like some girls who are super hot, but then they super hygienic, but their BO genetically, they just can't help it. Like, they spray so much perfume,
but they just can't.
It's just not their fault.
Yeah.
And that's all. been turning me off like so many times, right? So to me, there should be a chemistry. If you're 10 out of 10, great, that's a bonus. But if you don't have a chemistry, I'd just be like, hello. I wouldn't even have fun having sex with you. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like, as I get older, I get pickier as well, though.
I'm the same, and like we're like pretty much the same. Cheers, bro. We're pretty much the same age now.
I feel like as you get older, your icks getting so specific. You know, when you're like 15, 16, 18, whatever, when you're younger, you fuck anything. Right? Actually gonna...
Well, not me, because I was fucking a virgin until 19, but I get...
Well, I was a virgin until I was 18 as well, so... So I was like, you know, but your testosterone was so high, you could just fuck anything. As you get older, I'm just like, is this gonna excite me? You know what I mean? Is the conversation gonna excite me? Is like her body language gonna excite me? Is her intellectual levels gonna excite me? I get so... And is a body... Like, even like the smallest... I see nose hair, I'm like, nah, that's a nick. You know what I mean? Like, I see this on the teeth, oh, that's a nick.
Yeah.
I can smell a little bit of like weird body odor, oh, that's a nick. And it's just so easy for me to abort mission.
Yeah.
And that's like, to me, I'd rather abort mission than go home with her, sleep with her. You know, that's how I am now.
Very interesting.
When I was younger, I probably like to fuck him.
I remember when I was 17, like end of high school, and like some of the 17-year-old girls were like dating guys who were like 26, 27. I remember us going, that's fucked, like, yuck, and like, fuck that guy. But now we're like, you know, I'm 36, you're 37, and we're kind of like, okay, we don't fuck around really with 21-year-olds to a degree, as in dating. I mean, if we're out and that happens, you know, it's gonna happen. But we don't go really look at that, and so I rewind, and I'm like,
what's your age gap limit? What's your age limit till you go, all right, I can't date you?
I really can only date 25s.
25 is your
25s up to. I mean, I would date like.
Let me ask you this, right?
I'll date a 45-year-old for sure.
Okay, so you can date older. I can't date older for some reason.
Yeah,
I just feel weird.
I just love dating older because they know how to fuck, and we have really all the girls, all the ladies.
I find it different through experience. I find the young girls are better to fuck. I know we're like with the age group.
You haven't slept with fucking enough older, good fucking.
So
bro.
Anyone older than me, I'm not interested in.
What I noticed the best sex is, like, usually on average is around 32, because you have some girls, yes, who, I mean, like everything, you know, absolutely, and they're like the 25s, they might have get onto it when they're younger, cool, sweet, but on average, a woman really only like hits their real I talk about prime 32 is like when I feel like they've gone through enough shit to be more open. And I've dated a lot of like, you know, 32-year-olds from when I was, you know, younger to like, you know, still now and stuff, and like even younger. And I feel like 32 back, let's say 5-6 years ago, it was more open for them to be open, and they like, you know, like anal more, and they want to have like more fun and explore and be adventurous. Whereas now I'm seeing like the number starting to go down a lot more, where more girls are open.
Bro, I'm seeing like 20 to 23 are more open to that. They'll love being choked and like beat up, you know, like this is maybe the more toxic crazy girls are better at sex. I think that's my theory is.
But I don't understand why, because I've seen like a lot of good girls who just like it like that.
I don't know, maybe like they've so like exposed to porn so much where like normal sex is just not exciting anymore.
But I be on concur, right? So like, I mean, I do not concur.
I concur.
Because the second person I ever had sex with, she liked it more. She liked anal more than getting like fucked in her pussy. And that was like second girl, third girl I was dating, she was begging me to do it. So imagine being like the first person you have sex with. Second girl says, I really like it there as well. Third person's begging you to do it. And this is like the third time, like the third girl you've been with. And you're still under 20, and I've only lost my visa at 18. I think that implanted something like the love,
trauma.
The love for, the trauma, the love,
the PTSD,
the love for anal, like in my mind, because I'm very sexual person. All the partners I've been with, the girls I've dated, but then like even the, you know, the one night stands, which I'd actually like to talk about because a lot of people look down on one night stands, but I'll explain from my point of view why one night stands should be a great thing and everyone should explore.
Yeah.
I enjoy exploring a woman's body as much as she wants me to, but then pushing the limits a little bit more to help her feel comfortable, but to help her explore more. And a lot of that, if you're with a girl who likes it in everywhere, the ability of sex is way more fun because now there's no limits. And it's very interesting when that happens because it's off limits and like you're literally going on a holiday in the bedroom or wherever the fuck you're doing it, because I've done shit fucking everywhere. So for me, I think I've cultivated a lot of that in a sexuality way. So when you see me and you talk to me about my personality being aggressive, or when I go approach a girl,
I wouldn't say aggressive, be like
straightforward, direct.
Yeah.
And I think I do that because I love women, right? I love women as a person, but sexually,
I feel like you also have the looks for it. You got the height, the looks, and it can just like, if you just come up to a girl, they love that confident male persona.
Maybe.
Right? I'm 5'6". You know what I mean? I'm short. They don't even look at me the first thing when they in the club.
But I've never seen anyone, date or hook up with as many tall model girls as you, bro. Like that's
this is what I'm saying. Like the first 5 minutes are probably not necessarily, but then the next 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, they're suddenly go, holy fuck, who's that guy?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I have this aura and I think this attraction, I can't explain this energy that brings people in. And then when they just get drawn to me and I go, all right, we're in. And that's something that I built through the last 10 years. I didn't necessarily have that all the time. I think when I was in a long-term 8-9 years relationship, so I was in a relationship. So I don't know how to pick up. I just learned how to pick up maybe when I was 28, 29. So it's very, very late, right, when I was single again. And I was like, when I step into the game, into the scene, I go, holy shit, this is completely different. Now the girls are coming up to you more because you're more interesting. Like you're interesting, whatever, they chat up to you. But also, I feel like the new generation, and just to me anyways, is way more fun, right? I don't know if it's just something to do with the mental issue.
I think also OnlyFans is out now, so everyone's starting to lighten the load on what is sexuality, which I think is an important thing, because I think the more sexual you can be openly, feel more comfortable with yourselves, I think you get more power as a woman and as a male. Now, a lot of guys fuck it up for us because they are the fuckboys. I've never been a fuckboy for this reason, right? If I'm having sex with you, I will tell and be honest that I'm also having sex with other people. Fuckboys are fuckboys.
But girls will be like, that's a fuckboy.
No, a fuckboy is, the fuckboy terminology is you have sex with me, but then you're also going to have sex with this person, this person, this person, but you don't tell me that you're having sex with this person.
Yeah,
this
but
person,
most girls wouldn't even understand that the fine print of the contract.
I legitimately,
like, people still call me fuckboy just because I'm like dating girls consistently, but then not like, I don't like fuck them, I'm just like dating them.
I legitimately like tried this out and I researched upon this, and this is why I'm so adamant that you can't call me a fuckboy. Is because I honestly said to girls, I went through a period, it was when I was like 24, and me and the boys were going out a lot, single for like that time, and I was sleeping with like a lot of girls, having a lot of time, good times, going out, meeting a lot of great girls. But the moment that I was actually like seeing a girl and having sex with her like more than, a couple of times a week, I would say to her, like, look, I just want to let you know, I'm having a great time. And I think, sex is amazing and like we're having a good time. I just want to let you know that we're not together. I want to still continue to do this. But if I go out on the weekend, I'm going out with the boys or something that happens, and something happens, it's going to happen. Yeah. Now, you have two things. You can either be okay with that and we can continue this, because communication is what fuckboys don't fucking do.
Yep.
I said, we can continue doing this, right? And I can do two things. I can either tell you that I fucked a girl, right? Or I can not tell you. What would you like me to do, right? And they always say, when I'm so honest, they're like,
honesty.
okay, tell me. I'm like, okay, cool.
But they can't accept it.
No, but the way this is the reason why I love all my past relationships and like the friends. I've never been like a really wham bam thank you man. I like one night stands in the position that, again, guys fuck it up for us so much and fuck it up for women, where the average guy, let's say fucking 80% of dudes, when they go pick up a girl and they fuck a girl that for that one night stand, they, one, treat them like shit. Two, the sex is usually fucking terrible. Three, they don't have an emotional interest into the person.
Now it's like, I feel like from what I've seen through the younger generations, right? The girls are doing that now. Where they do one night stands with the boys and they just leave you on scene and right after they fuck you, they're like, oh shit. And do you know that scene from American Pie where the guy was like, I got used.
Yeah.
I got used.
And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, I got used. But I mean, we don't make a big deal out of it. We just go, all right, you know what? Fuck it. We just got used.
No.
I think a girl would just be so emotionally attached and they'll be hurt a lot more than guys would.
The opposite. This is the reason why, right? So guys do that shit, right? Now, yes. So it's now tables are turned. We're hearing where how like girls just like, okay, left you on scene, fucked you, whatever, and got what they... But did they get really what they want? Because if they got what they want sexually and emotionally, because it's not just about sex, it's emotionally, right? And I'll get to the reason what I'm going into, is then they would want it again, right? Now, this is what the average guy fucking does. Goes out, meets a girl, drunk, fucks her, then leaves, right? Mm-hmm. Now, what did you do in between the fucking meetup at the club, the fucking and the leaving? Did you emotionally engage? Because it's not all about sex. You're going to be sexually attracted to a person. It's the reason why you're going to go home. But are you going to emotionally connect with that person, that girl? And here's what I mean. When I'm with a girl, I can have a one night stand. I can sleep with someone for a couple of weeks. I can date someone for a couple of months. I can have a full girlfriend. How I've always viewed this is, even since I've lost my bees, when I'm with a girl and I meet a girl out that night, when we get into the bedroom and we start having the sex, I am emotionally connected to that woman and I want to explore her body completely.
100%.
And I want to take the time before we even fuck. I'm always the first person to go down.
You just fuck the girl, you go, all right, I just want to bust a nut and then I'm done.
I've never been like that though.
Okay.
There's the difference. This is the reason why, and I'll get to the reason why I'm always direct is I'm always going down on the girl first. And sometimes the girl just is always it goes down on me straight away.
Your focus be her finishing or you finishing?
Don't care. Oh no, I always focus her finishing. Yeah. And then
what if she wants you to finish first? This has become
then I will if she wants me to do it, right? So I'm always going down on a girl first, and then I'm listening, right? So everyone at home watching this with your fucking popcorn, whatever, when I'm going down on a girl, I feel and listen and emotionally connect, because the best way for you to actually figure out what a girl wants and how she reacts is by going down on her, holding her thighs, right? And then going down and licking on a clit.
It's also exciting when you're going down on a girl and seeing her excited, right? She's enjoying it. That, to me, that turns me on.
Yeah, but you got to understand and listen carefully on how she's enjoying it, right?
Yeah, well, that's it. For me, it's the biggest joy. That's why I do the same where I just start with the oral and she's enjoying it. I go, oh, that turns me on. I want to fuck you.
Yeah.
Right now. Otherwise, if I didn't do that and she's just kind of all right, we're going to fuck. I'm like, look, my dick won't work because I need that emotional connection before it's starting to go hard. Well, to do that is for me by getting her excited.
Yeah. Well, it's slightly a little bit different is I'll stay down there, right? Until she's asking me to come up. Now that doesn't happen all the time, but
because she's ready to bust.
Sometimes girls just they don't come from what I'm doing. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, and I probably am. I'm a guy. Girls know their clit better. But what the thing about that is that I want to at least try and give you the time to say, look, I've tried. Yeah. And I mean, I do know how to go down at a girl.
Maybe
I've
she was
spent a few times down there.
Just come up here, babe. Just go in me, right? Yeah. You're wasting your time.
And then, but we also, again, because remember, I do like anal. So I do then grab, the reason why you got to have your hands under is that you got to be fun and exciting and adventurous. And as you're going down, you do got to test the waters. So you do got to, as you're coming down, you got to lift up and you got to lick down in the pussy, and then you got to just test it and then eat the ass. And then when you go there, and then if you got to listen, you got to feel. If she enjoys that, now you kind of know where you sit, you know where the boundaries are, and now you're like, okay, cool, now you can progress.
And then you go, fuck, she just shat herself, she didn't wipe her ass properly. I completely
Bro, who the fuck have you fucked, bro?
I'm just saying.
Dude.
That's why I'm not a big fan of anal, to be honest.
I fucking love it.
I just don't like the fucking smell. It's just not as glamorous. I did
Dude, so I've dated girls who
don't want to do it, like, let's do it.
Nah.
But we make sure we shower beforehand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I want the fucking, that to be clean.
But I really know how to like do it properly because I've done it so many times. It's my favorite thing to do. But it's also, I'm like conditioned to it because I've dated girls who have liked anal and can only come through anal than actual like being fucked normally.
Yeah.
So I've had like the best of both worlds, which means I understand one, you never see me like just throw it in there. Like you need to spend the time. And again, I go back to the emotional thing. It's like, okay, so fuck it, I'm going to go back to take this. And the reason why I'm so straightforward is I go through and I understand a woman's body more than most guys, right? So which means I'm sexually adamant enough to be able to go, okay, I know when I'm going to take that time, I'm going to hook up with the girl. I know I'm going to spend the time with her if we end up getting to that point, which gives me the fucking confidence where now I'm like, look, what's the reason? When you first meet a person, you're not going to go fuck their personality. You're going to go fuck their fucking charisma, right? You're going to fuck their charisma and you're going to fuck their looks, right? That's what happens when you first look.
It's like looks, the personality, and then chemistry, and then fuck, right?
Yeah.
It's like the bed, the chemistry.
But it's only slight chemistry, right? It's always personality first. You can fuck their chemistry later, right? But like
to me, it's like the personality. I'll decide then when I'm like, oh, do I have?
I mean, you gotta have. Sometimes you have the sexual chemistry straight away. Fucking 100%.
I just want to nail this girl. You know, there's some girls I go like, I look forward to it. With some girls, I'll be like, oh, I need to work on the night before I get excited. Before I,
see,
sleep with it.
I look at it. So when let's go back to rizz, right? So I'll see a girl and I'll see her eyes and I'll look lights and I'm like, okay, two things. I'm gonna either go straight up to you, right? And this is the thing, chemistry, right? If I look at her and I'll get sexual chemistry immediately, that's when you know that I know I'm like, we're 100% hooking up.
Yeah.
Like I just fucking know it, right? So we're both on the same chemistry. We're both in the same frequency. That's the only time I go. The other times where I'll fucking see a girl and we'll both look at each other and I'm like, wow. I'm just like, wow. And then I'll be like, you know what? She's extremely fucked up hot. I'm not going to go approach right now. Because I know that there's probably other guys around. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to test the waters a little bit more. Now, I've already got the energy from her that we're both locking eyes and there's something there. But I'm going to go back to the boys or I'm going to go back to my group or my dinner or whatever. And I'm just going to enjoy myself, right? If I see her...
So, all right, let's cut this segment so it's clear. How would you pick up a 10 out of 10?
10 out of 10.
Yeah. Like, we're just, you're talking about it now where you go, fuck this, she's so hot. But you don't know what to start. How do you pick up a 10 out of 10 in a club? Do you even want to? Or do you just go, oh, nah, fuck that. That's too many fucking security breaches. Like, I'm looking like Ocean 11, right? I feel like there's like 10 different security system there to get into the golden egg.
I don't think so. I mean, I've dated 10 out of 10s before, like 10 out of 10.
Yeah, but what's your pickup strategies to pick up a 10 out of 10 in a club?
Okay, there's two things. The game, like if anyone wants to actually understand how to pick up like 10s when they're in a group of people, you need to understand this one thing, right? So there's two things. On how I'm going to explain this. The game explains this really, really, really well in simple terms on you need to understand who the gatekeeper is, right? So now picture this. You see a 10 out of 10. Now guys, girls, this can picture to everyone, right? You see a hot dude who's around a bunch of dudes, right?
Hot girl or dude?
A hot dude around a bunch of guys, right? He's with his friends, and you look, and girls. Because I'm talking to this because you're talking like a lot of picking up girls, but all this explains with how to pick up a hot guy. I'm telling you, it's the same shit as a girl. They're around with their boys, right? And you're like, fuck, that guy is so hot. I want to fucking hook up with him or do whatever the fuck you want to do, right? Same thing with a girl. See a girl with a fucking bunch of girls, or what you usually see is you see 10. They're usually with a bunch of girls and a couple of guys. So there's two things. You need to understand who the gatekeeper is, right? So the gatekeeper is
Best friend.
not the best friend, but just one of the people in the group who you kind of see are next to that person, right? Ish. What you're going to do is you're going to go up to that person, and there's two things. You can either be really not cringy, but like be like play the game and knock into them accidentally and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. If you're a girl, you can spill your drink on the guy. Okay, I'm telling you this right now. Spill a little bit of your drink on the guy and be, oh, fuck, I'm so sorry. What you're going to do now is you're going to start brushing the guy's arm who you're not interested in because it's his friend. Mm-hmm. And you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Come to the toilet with me or come to the bar with me. I'm going to get some water for you, right? Right. And then you're going to start making conversation. And then he'll be like, because he wants to be a man, he'll be like, oh, no, I'm good. It's totally fine. He'll be like, look. And then just be like,
come with us. Whatever.
No. Just be like, still be there. Just like, like, okay, cool. You okay? I'm sorry. Can I buy you a drink? Like, and then that's when you go, okay, cool. Now the guys are looking at you because you spilled a drink on your friend, but you're hot, and right? And now you've slightly instigated, right? Instigated into like the conversation with the rest of the group. And then you go, oh, okay, cool. Well, are you okay? Oh, fuck. And then you're like, oh, I need a drink. I'm going to have to go get a drink. But like, where are you guys from? What are you guys doing here? Then you've sparked the conversation, right? So from a girl's perspective, you do that. Now you're in. Now you're in between the guy
the guy that you just spilled drink on thinks she's into him because he's getting the fucking bad body language. Oh, this girl's into me.
Yeah.
Talking.
And then what's the guy that you're actually into looking at? Fuck, this chick's into my mate, but she's hot, right? Okay, so now you can infiltrate and then you start the conversation and then you can move in and then that's how you build. And then if you're already in between, the guy that you spilled the drink is here, the guy that you want is here, it's very easy for you to introduce yourself to everyone first and then him last.
It's better working the opposite way because boys have boy code.
I'm the opposite, bro.
Where I go, if someone spilled a drink on you, I'm like, and talking, like, that's Blake's girl, right?
No. You got to split second, right? This is how it works. If she talked to then your mate for fucking half an hour, then it's bro code. If in the first 60 seconds you do this quickly and then you're like, oh, bang, sorry, ish. Oh, what are you guys here for? Cool. Here, my name's Joanne. Cool. Oh, what's your name? Oh, Eddie. Hey, how are you?
Yeah.
And then at the end moment, this guy has thought you're talking to him last. That's your fucking in. Then you've already cultivated that, and then you lock eyes, you make sure you're fucking powerful. That's how, if I was a girl, I'd approach the guy.
That's the game where they open the set.
Yeah.
When they open the set,
yeah,
you win their friends over and make sure you're giving least attention to the person you want.
Yeah.
To me that worked, but
it's the same thing. But
like that not necessarily work all the time.
So flipping around, you got to be really quick when it comes to girls on this day. So I'm a guy, right? And I see a girl and a group of girls, and I see a 10 out of 10. Now, there's always two things to my fucking stories. If I see a girl like walking past or something like that, I will walk past her, and then if we catch eyes, and like if she's driving past, then I'll stop her quickly, and I'm like, yo, and then I'll say something random about her, and I'm like, yo, where'd you get your shoes on, whatever, something like that, right? Where you get your shoes from is an interesting one, because we're like, hey, look, it's my sister's birthday coming up, dude, like it's fucking sick. You guys actually don't look anything alike, but you should probably fuck with them. Then I'll be like, oh, where you from, okay? That's one, when you're walking past. But two, again, the gatekeeper. You need to understand everybody wants to be wanted. Everybody wants to be respected, right? But then everybody wants to laugh. So the important thing, when a guy approaches a 10 out of 10 with her friends, you can't really spill a drink on the girl because you'll think you're a cunt. But two, you could probably do the old like bump into them accidentally, and then that's a great if they're in a circle. Or you could just be a man and you go up to a table.
I like doing it by the bar. I hate opening a set. They give me so much anxiety opening a set. Do you know what I mean? Like that's to me just too much planning. Like listening to that, oh, that's fucking Ocean 11 shit.
But it's not. It's literally all I'm doing is having a conversation, accidentally bumping.
No, I'll be like in a. So what I'll do, this is what I'll do. If I see like a 10 out of 10 surrounded by people, I'll be in the vicinity, right? I'll just do my own thing, having fun, and then I'll give her, we do like the body language attraction thing. Or if she went to the bar, I'll go to the bar, And then I do the over the shoulder. I'm like, where you from? You know, it's like, oh, you look interesting. You look like you're not from here. Where you from? What's your story? I like saying that. What's your story? Because girls love being asked like what their story is. I'm like, oh, I'm going to tell you. It's like, why are you here? Someone break your heart, hun? Do you need a companion? Do you know what I mean? They love that. Oh, what do you mean? Like, you know, and then they find me interesting just from that first 10 seconds.
See, that's you and me are so different. I could never do that.
Yeah.
Because to me, that sounds too life coachy.
What do you mean life coachy?
It's like, is this guy going to fuck me or is he going to fucking send me a 6-figure course?
Yeah, you're like, because you know what it is, right? Then straight away the girl's like, ha, I'm not threatened by this guy. He's not trying to pick me up. Do you know what I mean? But I can get engaged in a very interesting conversation. And before they know it, boom, they're attracted to me. Because like, holy shit, something about this guy, I don't understand. He looked gay, but he's not. He's short, right? I don't usually
I don't think
short
I've seen a gay guy with that many tattoos, bro.
No, trust me. Like I get it all the time.
You're gay bikey.
And especially, and they'll be like, I can tell they're thinking in their head. I'm like, they're wondering, like, what's this Kinder Surprise? What's this Rubik's Cube? Because they couldn't figure me out. And they say this to me all the time. I go, look, you're not my usual type, but I find you very, very attractive. I go, oh, yeah, of course, I'm 5'6". Like her type is 6'2", right? 6'4", right? And like guys with a football player physique, you know. So like I win them over through being interesting, and when I do that, and I have the I don't give a fuck persona, and that's when they get attracted to me. To me, that works all the time. I don't do it like consciously now because it's such a natural thing for me. But again, I gauge it. If she's interesting back, and we go, hey, where you from? And she goes, Russia. And I go, all right, bitch, we're not getting anywhere, right? Right? Or I'm from like, you know, I'm from this. If they're like, oh, I'm from Russia, but where are you from? And they're like, interesting Russian. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, one of the worst. Yeah, I'm very terrible at being able to talk to girls who can't speak English.
That's why I love learning different languages. And they go, oh, Russian. I'm like, oh yeah, Stravujte Kadilak. And oh, you speak Russian? I'm like, no, that's all I know. My Russian is very bad. I apologize. And then because they're like, what? Hang on, you apologize for bad Russian? So like straight away, I'm different. Not like every other guy where every other guy expects you to speak English, right? Yeah. So now, oh, I want you to, I'm like, oh, where you from? And then they get interested in me. Same thing if they're Spanish. Oh, I'm from Colombia. Me llamo Eduardo, ¿cómo está? And they'll be like, oh shit, you know a little bit of Spanish? No, that's all I know. But you can teach me more. Yeah. Teach me how to do this. And then conversations start. It's all about like, so through my experience, like I'm used to like the girls not seeing me the first go, but then I create that opening. So from like, it's more like at the bar, or I can approach a group too. Like normally the friends will find me interesting, come up to me, hey, man, I like your earring, where's it from? Like 90%, like one of their friends will find me interesting from what I'm wearing. I'm like, I love your tattoos. Like, show me your tattoos. And that's when I know, I got you. You know, from my peacocking, right?
I think the peacocking is a very important thing because I saw a huge difference. Like when I started painting my nails and then starting adding jewelry and stuff, people always looking at like, if they've got more things to look at you, there's an opportunity, but they already automatically think you're interesting. And they're like,
it's like three things to pick up. So right now I have my tattoos, jewelry, and something else, right? Like my shirt or something. Like you have three. You got your nails, your jewelry, and your shirt. And your hair even, that's 4. Show me. So it's like straight away you already peacocking in the club and everyone else look the same and then you stand out in the crowd. So that's already, but that's someone different. Yeah. I'm gonna remember him throughout the night. You know, you don't have to pick up right there and then. Towards the end of the night, they'll come back to you. So that's a trick to someone who doesn't know. But it just comes with, also you gotta understand this just doesn't come naturally to a lot of people. So I mean, I come from building my confidence for 10 years because I have businesses. I know how to break. I'm like a Red Bull BC1 champion. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like I made multi-billion-dollar businesses. I'm well-traveled. I can speak different languages. I have so many tattoos. So these are like my values that I grew up building and adding into my resume. So by the time someone comes who's like a model 10 out of 10, I'm not impressed. I see him all the time at Paris Fashion Week. Yeah. Do you know what you got? What else you got? Like, yeah, you look like a Bugatti, but then is the Bugatti working? Can you even ride? Yeah. Or you're an old model?
Tell me the joke.
Yeah. It's like, what have they got? Like, that's it. I'm like, hun, there's like 1,000 of you back where I'm from, back in Perth. We're so blessed in Perth. Yeah. So many good looking girls there. So when I come to different parts of the country, I'm like, God damn, Like, I'm not based by 10 out of 10 anymore. Do you know what I mean? Except Bali. Bali just so good looking. I'm still like phased. I'm like, God damn. But once you start seeing them more, I'm like, I'm not phased anymore. I'm so used to it now.
But even in Bali, you get to the same point where there's like a bunch of hotties, but how many of them actually have fucking personalities?
Going on, yeah. So that's
are they
it's just
interesting?
the
No,
first
it's the same
impression.
shit.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like the more I travel to Bali, these hot people have got a lot of them have got nothing going on. They're just trying to work. They're trying to survive in Bali.
Yeah.
So you have perception of like they're being hot and their value. You put them, judging the book by its cover, and like, oh, sorry, well, this is gonna be an interesting book. But then when you start turning the pages, hang on, they're empty. The book is empty. There's got nothing there. That's when you go, I've got more values than you. So now I'm not fazed by these good-looking guys and good-looking girls in Bali. You know what I mean? Like what give me insecurity is when I see good-looking people who's got their shit sorted, they got rigs, right? And they're funny as fuck. And I'm just like, fuck, man, you're cool. And you just have to admit it. You go, fuck, man, you're so cool. You deserve the best, bro. I wish you got the best girl or a girl, but I wish you got the best partner because you're so fucking cool. Do you know what I mean? You're so nice. You're not toxic at all. That's when you go, yep. That person is just fucking killer. I want to hang out with more of that person.
Exactly. I think one of the thing that does work is like, don't even worry about the game. The whole thing, nice guys finish last, is bullshit, because the thing is, like, if you can be a nice guy but you can still come with confidence, you're going to trump a lot of people, because there's a lot of, good looking guys who are very nice. There's a lot of like, average guys looking guys.
The idea with nice guys is a lot of nice guys are simps, right? They go, oh my God, you're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. And girls are like, oh, I've had this so many times before. Do you know what I mean? So they're looking for someone who's like, at the end of the day, as a girl, you want something with values, like the alpha male, the chief of the tribe. Do you know what I mean? The leader of the, your village, right? So that's like, you can protect you, and and guys, simps not gonna get anything. And I learned that too. Like, I've been simps from like when I was younger, and I learned like, man, it's not getting me anywhere. Sometimes like you can be a little bit of a dick, but then like not like
a fun dick.
Yeah, it's a fun dick.
Yeah.
Do you know, it's more like not an offensive dick. Not like I'm like, you should cut your hands and die, bitch. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, look, you're interesting, but unfortunately I'm not here for this. I'm not here for a relationship. I find you interesting, but I think, if you being that, your worth, they're going to be drawn to you automatically. I think, like, it's really hard to teach because everyone has different risks. But when I see Rizz go, hey, what's up, shorty? Like, what do you rate me out of 10? I go, oh, fuck. How is that popular on TikTok?
The one of the best, like, I like it when there is a group of girls, like, say, sitting down at a table. It's very hard to infiltrate that. But if you do see someone, or there's a bunch of girls and you don't know who you want to, like, hook up with, but like the fact of like being polite and being a nice guy works like this. One, it's actually more fun to approach a table group of girls, because what you do is this really works best. If they're sitting on a table, this could be at dinner. It works really good at dinner because everyone's guard's super down, and you're not at a club or at a bar. Even if you're at a bar, if you can take a seat, a chair from an opposing table, even when people are actually sitting there and you're, hey girl, can I take this seat? And then you take it and you whip it around next to that table and you sit down and you say, hey, look, I don't want to ruin your night or anything. I just think you girls look extremely interesting, and I just want to introduce myself and and see what's up, And then if you kind of go in there, yo, my name's Blake. Where are you guys from? And then you start going around and you don't pause. Then you start having the conversation. Cool, what do you guys get? What trouble are you guys? See, this is again understanding little lines. Going, what trouble are you girls are going to get up to tonight? And then you look at one girl and you're like, oh, she's the trouble. She's the king of the trouble. She's okay. What are you guys doing tonight? And you point one person out. Everyone laughs. Yeah. Now you're having a good time. So you're being the nice guy.
Normally, like the pretty girl is the one who's quietest, right? Yep. The one is like not so pretty. They're the ones who's fun in the group. I normally point at that girl. I just know the energy.
Yep.
You're the troublemaker. Until me and you are not gonna be together. So please, and I'll grab the girl that I like. Please protect me from this girl.
Yeah.
I know what your relationship is, and they just laugh. Yeah. Because now you're funny. You're unthreatening.
Yeah.
But also that girl feels like, oh shit, he just touched me. Yeah. Like now they. But just so many ways, man.
But number one thing is don't buy the group a table of drinks.
No way.
Do not buy drinks at all costs all night. Never buy a girl a drink. because then she thinks she'll buy you fucking dinner forever. And if you're trying to do that in the first thing, I used to always say this. Now it's a bit different. I don't really give a fuck. Like, I just enjoy fucking life. I'm always drinking, man. So like, I'm just like, yo, I'm gonna drink anyway. I'm going to get a drink. Okay, this is how you set up the fucking drink question, right? One is, you're at the bar and you're like, I'll have a drink. You just buy yourself a drink, and then she'll kind of be like weird. If she's with you, then it's a bit different.
Yeah.
All right. Or you go, hey, look, I'm going to the bar. Do you want to come to the bar? I'm going to go buy myself a drink. Do you want to come to the bar? If she says yes, because you said I'm buying myself a drink, I haven't told you, and she comes, then I'll be like, okay, cool. Like, do you drink tequila? Because that's only what I'm buying.
Right, but tequila's great, right? Because you can suss like with their personalities.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, you drink tequila? All right, then I gotta stay away from you.
Yeah.
Because you're my.
Oh, I want a Red Bull vodka. All right, bye.
But then I go, look, I'm having tequila. Do you want one? And then if she goes, no way. I go, all right, good. Because if you drink tequila, then this not gonna happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, just telling her this is not gonna happen, make her attracted.
Yeah.
But there's so many ways, man. Like, I think I'd love to talk to you about like what your red flags are and in a dating, maybe like in different.
Should we do the next episode as a red flag?
So I think one at a time.
I think let's kind of wrap this up.
Yeah, I want to talk about. I think like with dating, what's your non-negotiables dating? Do you know what I mean? I feel like this will be interesting. Like you know, what are your checklists before you commit into a relationship? I have so many right now.
You want to talk about it right now?
No, we'll talk.
Okay, another episode. Okay, cool. Let's talk about that, because there's a lot of things that to me about that. Yeah, actually, I'm pretty simple with that, but it's a mix between a few different things.
So we're gonna keep it with rizz.
Yeah.
Today.
Cool. So let's finish on like strong points. Like, what do you think the important of rizz attracting girls?
Two rizzes.
Yeah.
Like Blake has that confidence of opening group, or I can't. So like I said, you know, you've got that sort of I'm looking for that prey, boom, and I just more like, you know, I can't open a group like you said when you go. I'm opening a group of girls that are normally that gives me I mean, if I'm on tequila, then I can probably do it.
Yeah.
Right. If I'm like slightly drunk, but when I'm sober, I just more like I stand quietly and give a good energy, get a fun vibe, and then they come to me. So more like a fishing vibe. I think that's why me and you are very, very different. That's why I wish I have your personality. But that being said, though, recently I've been taking Tongkat Ali. It's like this Indonesian herb, right? It boosts my testosterone up like crazy because I've been doing like a lot of workout. Oh, you got Tongkat Ali? Oh, yeah. So Tongkat Ali, as soon as I've taken it, and I noticed my testosterone level is high because now I can approach girls like I feel like a man. I'm like, I can just talk to them. Hey, what's up, girl? Where you from? You know what I mean? I'm like, this is out of my character. I'm like, holy shit, who the fuck is this Eddie?
Yeah.
Because normal Eddie wouldn't be able to do that. Mm-hmm. But I feel like testosterone level is also, you know, a big part of it too. I feel like when my testosterone level is down, I feel like I can't do that.
I mean, fitness is a big thing.
Yeah.
Because if you're not training in the gym, like if you're not trying to be an athlete in your life, in whatever sport, okay, you can play golf and you just smash golf, right? And you're fucking trying to be a good golfer. If you're a football player, if you're going to be at the gym, if you're a surfer, any type of sport, every single man needs to do some sort of activeness because you push yourself. Now, when you push yourself at the gym, this is one thing we haven't talked at all with this episode, and I should have started with this, is that the confidence is that go to the fucking gym and be active, but push your limits and your PB so that you start winning with yourself. And then you start getting a bit bigger, you start getting more fit, your confidence automatically is going to go up. So when you walk into a fucking bar.
Now I'm start doing bodybuilding training. Right, I'm not big because I'm natural. I don't do steroids and shit, right? At my age. So for me and I don't really macro and stuff like which I should, but I just don't find eating chicken, broccoli, and brown rice is interesting enough every single day.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'll eat what I eat. That's what my growth is kind of like. This is probably as optimal as you're going to get. And maybe a little bit more. But I realized the more you exercise, your testosterone level goes high, and then you end up liking to do hard things. Okay, this is a proven study. Like Andrew Huberman talks about on his podcast, where when testosterone level is high, you like to do hard effort. So which means your business is going to improve. Which I think it goes well with like trying to, you know, approach a girl as well. Also, this is something we missed out on talking about. Rizz is when you have money compared to looks and compared to personality. Do you know Do you know what I mean? Like I think we can talk about it next. Because I see nowadays girls just want to get easy money. How many girls do you see on becoming an escort?
Yeah, but you have to spend a lot of money. I've noticed that, like, even like in the villa I have now, right? I've had people over and stuff, and yeah, like girls and stuff are excited, but you have to have like proper money to be able to go, cool, I'll fly you out. Shit, like,
who's that lady from Dubai who talks about, I think Sadiq, her name is, and she said, guys in Dubai, the rich men in Dubai, top G's, high value men in Dubai are most likely to be cheated on by the girls. Because they're always going to look for the next option.
Yeah.
There's so many of them in Dubai.
I've
seen that. I went to Dubai and I go, the pickup here, the scene here, the dating scene here is rubbish. Like all the girls just looking for who's got the bigger wealth. If you're not the Prince of Dubai, bye-bye. Do you know what I mean? So you're bound to lose that relationship.
Yeah. And
we're lucky enough being in Australia where Australians are laid back. Like 50% of the people don't really care about that. I mean now it's probably a lot.
And there's a lot of girls, hot girls, who come from daddy's money, who don't give a fuck about really money because they already have money, right? So you kind of have like the Perth culture is,
the top 5%, the hottest girls in Perth, they still getting flown out. They're getting sugar daddy.
Yeah, of course.
They're doing this escort shit. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
anyway,
but it's becoming a trend now. I noticed.
Yeah,
but we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. I think there's a couple other things. So, all right, bro. Well, let's again. Thanks. As a fucking.
See you when I get back.
I thought that was gonna be fucking 20 minutes, but we talked about a lot of shits.
No, we exposed all our secrets,
bro.
Expose our secrets. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. What's your best rizz? Because I would love to hear it. We want to learn. It's all about learning new tricks, right?
Whoever the best rizz is, we're gonna send out.
When we get the best rizz, we're gonna get this.
This bottle. We have to. We have to super glue this so it doesn't like fuck up. Imagine they get it and it's like it's all leaked.
If you get 1,000 comments, 10,000 likes, we'll pick a winner.
Yeah, we'll pick a winner.
All right.
All right. Thanks, bro. And thank you for watching. Make sure you do exactly everything that Eddie just said. And we'll see you guys on the next episode. Adios.